Desire of Ages, Chapter 7. As a child. The childhood and youth of Jesus were spent in a little mountain village. The palaces of kings would have been privileged in receiving him as a guest, but he passed by the homes of wealth, the courts of royalty, and the renowned seats of learning to make his home in obscure and despised Nazareth. The child grew and waxed strong in spirit, filled with wisdom, and the grace of God was upon him. His mind was active and penetrating, with a thoughtfulness beyond his years. Yet his character was beautiful in its symmetry. The powers of mind and body developed gradually, in keeping with the laws of childhood. His willing hands were ready to serve others. From earliest times, the faithful in Israel had carefully instructed their children in the law of God, teaching that it is an expression of his character. In the days of Christ, this instruction had become formal. Tradition had largely supplanted the Word of God. The great essentials of the service of God were neglected. The mind was crowded with that which did not nourish spiritual life. In their search for knowledge, many turned away from the source of wisdom. The child Jesus did not receive instruction in the synagogue schools. His mother was his first human teacher. From her lips and from the scrolls of the prophets, he learned of heavenly things. As he advanced from childhood to youth, he did not seek the schools of the rabbis, for God was his instructor. Spread out before him was the great library of God's created works. He who had made all things studied the lessons written in earth and sea and sky. Apart from the unholy ways of the world, he gathered stores of knowledge from nature. From his earliest years he was possessed of one purpose. He lived to bless others. Yet he was not exempt from temptation. The inhabitants of Nazareth were proverbial for their wickedness. Jesus was placed where his character would be tested. He was subject to the conflicts which we must meet, that he might be an example in childhood, youth, and manhood. Satan left no means untried to ensnare him. But from his earliest years, he was guarded by heavenly angels. The parents of Jesus were poor and dependent upon daily toil. He was familiar with self-denial and privation. In his industrious life, there were no idle moments to invite temptation. Neither gain nor pleasure could induce him to consent to a wrong act. He was wise to discern evil and strong to resist it. Jesus lived in a peasant's home, faithfully bearing the burdens of the household. He learned a trade and worked with his own hands in the carpenter's shop. In the simple garb of a common laborer, he walked the streets of the little town. He did not use his divine power to lessen his toil. As he worked, mind and body were developed. He was perfect as a workman, as he was perfect in character. By his example, he taught that labor is honorable, and that the approval of God rests upon children and youth who cheerfully share the burdens of father and mother. He shunned display and made no exhibition of his power. Jesus is our example. In his home life, he is the pattern for all. He lived to honor his Father in the common things of life. This chapter is based on Luke 2:39-40.